still to figure out how this thing is doing. So sorry. Okay. I'm sure the lighting is okay. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and it has been a whole lot to put this together. So yes, as you have read from the description, I want to make one of Cameroon's favorite national dishes. That's called Ndolé, and it's made up of vegetables, and you can eat it with any carbohydrate. So what I decided to use today, I'm going to be using plantain as my own form of carbohydrate. So this is ripe plantain, which I have already cleaned and washed and everything, but still I have a little bit of unripe plantain, so I want to add it to it, so in case it's someone who doesn't like a lot of sweetness, the person can still use this. And then in addition, this is a bit hot, but I'm just going to show you. So this is the ndole that I'm trying to boil. It's still like in a hole because it was like this iced when I got it from the shop, like frozen when I got it from the shop. So I'm just going to use one of it. Yeah, so please stay tuned, and it might take a long, it's a little bit of long video, but yes. And also what I'm going to use, I'm not really a meat person. I try to avoid meat as much. So I'm just having a little bit of meat here as my source of protein. And then I have one, Cameroon, like dried fish. As you can see, it's really, really big and healthy. Yeah. So this I love so much, and it's very, very tasty. So I'm going to use it as in addition to the meat as my source of protein. So I'm going to put this in water to soak, and then while I get all of this done with. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly peel the rest of the plantain. So this is like the ripe plantain which I said I was going to use. I mean, sorry, the unripe plantain which I was going to use. So I've already peeled some before I started the live. Then I'm going to add this to it. So please stay tuned. So I'm washing it a little bit before I continue, so that it's clean, even though I'm still going to wash it afterwards. So one of the reasons why, though being in Finland, I enjoy cooking, preparing African dishes, because it's, well, I'm not saying Finnish food is not healthy, but home is always home. So when I prepare this kind of meals or this kind of cuisine, it gives me, the taste of home, and it actually feels nice, kind of nice feeling. So most of the times, this is what I love doing. Of course, as a nurse, I don't get to cook often, but whenever I get the time, like today is my off day, so I decided to make this. So after peeling the plantain, it looks like this, and then I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces, so it's easier to take the smaller pieces when eating. Yeah. So I had also this here, my phone, trying to film, but it was a whole lot of drama right here. But notwithstanding, I have made up my mind to do the video today, and I have to do it. Yes, and I think it's easier this way. So please, if you are watching me and you are interested in such kind of videos, my cooking videos, I'm not a professional chef, but sometimes I think it's going to be good. It is good so that, as a nurse, I advocate for eating healthy as well as, keeping your body fit. And in order for us to keep our bodies fit, eating healthy is one of the vital ways, one of the best ways to do that. So I'm just going to carefully discard the peelings, the peels of this into the trash and get my hands clean. Of course, I'm not using gloves in the kitchen. Well, I wasn't taught that way to do so. So I'm still gonna go a little bit through to make sure that everything is well cleaned and peeled, to give it a nice look when it's served. Hey, Chef Rhoda. Okay, so that is done. And like I said, I still have to cut the meat. So here is the unripe plantain, which I've cut into nice looking pieces. And I'm going to start boiling this because it takes a while for it to get ready. Then later, this is ready, then I'm going to add to it the ripe plantain, so that everything gets ready. So I have a lot going on right here. So many things going on at the same time. And I still have the peanuts, which I still need to blend. Yeah, so I'm just gonna carefully put this in my pot. It's not so much. Make sure I put in enough water because it's a little bit hard. Then I'm gonna add some salt. Yes, we use Jozo in Finland. Yeah, so I'm just gonna add the salt to it and allow it to cook. Basically, yes. So that's done. Then what I'm going to be doing next now is making sure I do my yes. This vegetable usually takes a while to cook, so because it was frozen, so it needs some time, some more time. Okay, just gonna let that be. Okay. Let's just continue as it is right here. Okay. System has been distorted. I still have still managing the system because the one which I have to use my phone doesn't seem to be working as much as I intended. Okay, so I have my very small chopping board. Yeah, very small. So, like I said, I kind of defrost the meat a little bit, and then I'm gonna just chop it into smaller pieces. Like I said, I'm not a meat person. Okay, that just helped. So I have like I think I change my knife because that wasn't so nice. Yeah, this works better. This works better. Because you know when you're doing live, you almost wanting to do it so fast, so I don't keep people waiting and waiting. However, it's just a few moments. I can't see the charts yet. I don't know if I made it to go as private. And now I cannot change it. But that's fine. It's okay. And usually I like singing when I'm in the kitchen, and however someone will say it's not very hygienic to sing, so I'd rather play music to keep me going. Yeah, so this is set. I just have to wash my meat and then put it in something to boil. It's boiling already. I'm sorry that there's so much going on at the same time here for me. So I'm just gonna put this here in the sink. So sometimes I do have the peanuts which are prepared and I kept in the fridge. But this time around I have to do everything from scratch. Because I didn't have an extra kept somewhere. So what I'm going to be doing with this, I'm going to make sure I split this into smaller pieces. My favorite dried fish. Yeah, as you can see, it's really large, like literally larger than my hand. Isn't it? It's so large. Woohoo. So I'm gonna split it and make it one. Usually I like cleaning at the same time as I'm preparing my stuff. So constantly nice slates. So while all of that is going on, I'm making sure that I clean the stuff that I've used already. So in case the next minute I do need them, everything will be clean for me to use. Okay, so while that is getting ready, so if you can see, I don't know, it shows so much, I don't want to, yeah. So I'm gonna put it in and then kind of like wash it a little bit. I have a spoon. So yeah. So in this, I'm gonna put in my meat. I boil it as well separately from. I boil the meat a little bit separate from the fish because they just have different ways of doing them. So in it, I'm gonna put in some salt and then some Maggi cubes. Of course, it's gonna melt, so don't come for me. It's gonna melt, and I'm gonna make sure that it gets melted because this, when it's out, then in it, I'm gonna put in a little bit of pepper, dry pepper. I'm also not a fan of pepper, but food without pepper is not that good. So just gonna drop in a little pinch of pepper, and in addition, gonna get my spices, general spices, which I'm gonna put in it as well. Hope you're watching. So of course, I'm not forgetting onion. I have made a good amount of onion, so I'm just gonna pour it as well in the meat so it all gets boiled together. Here. Yeah, so while all of this is going on and happening here, I have another link. Everything is good. Let's see. Those are my 3 pots on the fire, and so I don't think, so far so good. Everything is going well as planned. Yeah. So while all this is going on, this is my peanuts, which I'm gonna boil and then later on blend because I'm gonna need it for the vegetable. But then at this point, that's 3 on there, so I'm not gonna put it yet. I'm not gonna put it yet, but as of now, so here is my, oh, it's so dark. Why is the light like this? So here is my vegetable. It's quite dark in complexion. Yeah, it's quite dark. So I'm gonna wash it a little bit more because sometimes it's bitter in taste. So yeah. Just gonna put in some cold water and try to squeeze a little bit. So here I present to you my Ndolé, which has been washed. This wasn't so bitter, that's why I didn't take so much time to wash it, so it's looking nice already. While all of this is going on, like I said, pardon me, like I said, I like washing a lot. So each time I make use of a pot, I have already 3 on the fire. However, I enjoy washing them still. So I'm gonna wash this because I do need to use this for the peanuts. So yeah, I'm preparing it the African way, not Gen Z way. So in here, I'm gonna put in the peanuts. I'm gonna put in a generous amount of it, well, not like so much. I'm just gonna put in enough, which will be needed for enough such that it's sufficient. Because if I blend this, it's gonna be almost like here, and then that. So this is how much I'm gonna be using. Put in some water. By now, the unripe plantain would be ready. So I'm going to add to it the ripe plantain. So right now, it was in a smaller pot, so I'm going to switch pots. So the fish which I was boiling is also quite soft by now. So I'm going to take it out. So yeah, this is ready, and I'm gonna put in my plantain in there so that I'll be able to boil it separately from the ripe plantain. So since it's ripe plantain, I'm not going to put in so much water in it because it's already soft. So if I put so much water again, it's going to be like overcooked. So I'm just going to put in just enough amount of water for it to boil. And to it, I'm going to add in some salt. Yeah, like so. Make sure I rinse the cover. Then I cover it and allow it to cook. Yeah. So in this other bowl, I'm just going to put in the cold water, which in it, when I remove the unripe plantain, I'm just going to keep it in here. So it keeps, it remains soft, but then and cools down. Yes, so I'll be taking that out in a minute while I check on my meat if everything around here is good. Yeah, it still needs some more time to boil. So I'm just gonna let it sit in there while I break the fish. As it is, it's a bit soft now, though it still needs. So as you can see, this is the fish. It's quite soft that I can break it now with my hands, rather than before where it was a lot, harder. So after boiling it, it makes it softer. I'm going to take my time to take out all the bones from inside. As you can see, it has so many bones. So, oh my God,